Please watch previous video about June 18th. I just popped it up. It's starting to get freakish a little bit. I'm not trying to get cry here. That's the thumbnail. It's got the whole calendar of June, circles the 18th, says June 18th just grew a country mile. And then I said, read the description. So I'm going to go ahead and spell it out because I just ran into something else. That, you see the 618? That's how many days old Trump and I will be if you multiply them together. Trump will be 27763 days old. I will be 22262 days old. When you multiply that together, you see the figures over here, 22262 times 27763. It begins with 618. That's just crazy. Now, the thing I told you about in the description and wrote out in the description, Trump's birthday is 6 times 14 times 1946. And mine is 7 times 6 times 1961. So I combined this. You see, I'll put them all together. And notice the 322 in the middle. Notice the 1968 for the assassination years of Bobby and JFK. I mean, Bobby Kennedy and Martin Luther King. And Trump will be in Memphis, where Martin Luther King will be. I have a friend who is May Day, birthday. She turned 13463 days old on March 11th, the fateful day. The 13th was just for the United States. Well, that'll come 2 days later on Monday when markets crash. But the fateful day was March 11th. She turned that. Trump and I's combined number, she turned that on March 11th. Now we're combined by 322. I then turned that many days old 33 days later. And then 33 days later was a total lunar eclipse. And then 33 days later is June 18th. And so going by the 33s, when you add June 18th, which is day 169, that's 202, and it lands on July 21st, which is 721. Well, Trump Tower is 721 through 725 Fifth Avenue, and it matches the horn of Daniel. It matches the horn of Daniel 7 as the Antichrist, which is the passage in Daniel 7, 721 through 725. Well, the 37 progression, which is what we've been going by, you add the 37 progression to June 18th, it lands on 725. So you literally have the 721 through 725 Fifth Avenue from this 33 anomaly that my May Day friend and I, how we match Trump's combined number. I got Trump and I's combined number memorized now. It's 1, 3, 4, 6, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Yeah. She turned that many days old on March 11th. I turned that many days old on the 10th anniversary of when the Lord called me out of the world. There's too much to it. There's too much to it. I'm not telling you, I know for sure he's going down. I don't have any divine intervention, but there's a lot, and they know that, hey, they know the future. So they might have just been setting us up for all this to make us look bad. So take it with a grain of salt. But I haven't been on this much of a high watch day in my entire life. He's in Memphis, where MLK went down. And he and I's combined number has the 322 1968 in it. Let's look at our combined number one more time. March 11th, May Day, is 322 is 1968 is it June 18th? And there was another thing that went down today that had a lot of math. Let me go get my phone and see if it's something I want to share with y'all. Hang on. Because it's a lot of my personal stuff with personal numbers. This is when I met my May Day friend. See this 13488? It lands on April 5th, which, remember, I made personal ciphers. I got all my personal stuff out of our 37 progressions and moved all my personal stuff to a personal cipher. Stepdaughter and I are 13405 days apart, which stands for, that's got the 34 for 34 years from 1988. And there's a 405 for April 5th. That progression lands on June 18th from this past April 5th, you know, which is 34 in 2022 because it's 34 years after 88. Well, my May Day friend and my stepdaughter had a deal on January 12th to where I'm 13405 days apart from my stepdaughter, but my May Day friend turned 13405 days old. On that same day, my stepdaughter turned 8,700 days old. Me and my May Day friend are 8,700 days apart. They crisscrossed. Exact. And I'll just, if you want to do your own math, their birthdays are May 19th, 1998, and May 1st, 1985. And my birthday is July 6th, 1961. So I'm 8,700 days away from May Day friend, May 1st friend. I'm 13405 days apart from stepdaughter, March 19th, 1998. They both turned that number of days old on the same day that the other one's that number of days apart from me. I hope I said that right that time. May Day, May Day, May Day, right? What does May Day mean? I mean, when he goes down, that's May Day. And stepdaughter is 3 times 19 times 1998. She's got the 138 for Donald Trump, the 88 for Trump, and the 86ing of. And she crisscrossed with May Day, and they both had an anomaly that put them on April 5th. And I'll tell you what it is. I met my May Day friend. I mean, if you think I can just make this stuff up, I would have to do this math for every day of the year. I met her, believe it or not, it was ended up being her 10th wedding. No, her 10th wedding anniversary to the day. And it's just a good friend, right? Or friend, really. But it's the only person I know whose birthday is May Day. And something told me to track this person numerically through the 37s and so forth. And when she crisscrossed with my stepdaughter like that, that was fascinating. And that anomaly, we do track that cipher of January 12th when that hit like that. But, and I did a video on it where I showed it all to y'all one time, but it's, you know, months ago. I think it was back in January. I think it was back January 12th or 13th. Okay, but when I met my May Day friend, it was June 20th, 2019. That's 6 times 20 times 2019. And it's the 171 day of the year with 194 days left in the year. Now you have a single digit followed by a zero. So you always times that by GOD or 7154. And you get the 134.88. And she turned 134.88 days on April 5th, which is that cipher we've been keeping up with. I'll highlight it in red for you real quick. We've been following that April 5th cipher for a while because I was 13405 days apart from my stepdaughter, who carries that crazy number of as the 138, the 88, and 86. So we really track her. And I'm 13405 days apart. So the fact that the Mayday friend, I mean, the fact that her marriage, you know, just with my whole numbering system that the Lord showed me to use, it's unique. It has nothing to do with anything pagan. There's no website, no book that does the numbering system the Lord showed me to do. That began when I was a child, me with numbers. And you know that Jesus is 24:24, and Strong's Concordance is Jesus 24:24. And all my life, what was my favorite number? 24. So don't hate on me for the numbers thing. I mean, that's me right there with my jersey on. I had to have my parents buy me these jerseys. You could buy jerseys back then, and you could have your name put on the back, whatever number you wanted. 24:24 is Jesus. 5547 is Christ, which put me on another deal today. That was pretty fascinating. But this June 18th, the cipher it hits on is 9/11/2001. Remember the 37-day ciphers. Every 37 days, we found out that they have events bounce off 37 days from eclipses. And there is an eclipse that hits on that day. The total solar eclipse of August 1st, 2008, which was the eve. It's when I saw the movie The Dark Knight. And the next day I sat down, wife number 2, told her I wanted a divorce. So that's June 18th. From the personal perspective, stepdaughter and I are 13405 days apart. And that's April 5th of this year, because 34, there's the 34 in her number, you know, many days apart, I mean, has the 34 from 1988. Is it telling us at 1988, the April 5th cipher? You go up that 37 and 37, you land on June 18th. It's also my Groundhog Day divorce date. Of February 2nd, 2009. 138 days later for Donald Trump is when that Mayday friend got married. Groundhog Day is the 33rd day of the year. It's February 2nd. So that's 2 plus 31 is 33rd day. You add 138, you land on that day 171, which is June 20th, our anniversary. So my Groundhog Day divorce date lands on June 18th. And the day I scored my touchdown. The day I scored my only touchdown. Is it touchdown? I mean, if I'm the only person on earth telling you the Antichrist is going down on June 18th, touchdown. And what was my number? 42, because I couldn't get it. There it is. 10, it's 10:42. There you go. I don't know, y'all. Starting to freak out a little bit. Because if he goes down, I'm going to be freaking out. If he's going down Saturday, they'll come get me tomorrow. You watch. Maybe not. But is he about to go down? Is he about to go down? 9/11 event. Total solar of when I saw The Dark Knight on a Friday night. It's a total solar eclipse. Wow. All right. Love y'all.